Okay, ladies and gentlemen, now in this video, if you haven't watched my last video, I created a custom template with my signature and my social media contact information that I can use to reuse this particular template to send out to my email list. Okay, and what I'm going to do is click right here to get access to my MailingBoss Autoresponder. Okay. Now what I'm going to do is we're going to go to the campaigns. So the campaigns is we have choices of the regular, which is simply the email broadcast to send out to my list for one specific time or moment. And we also have the email sequence. I'll probably do that in another video, which is basically a sequence of email campaigns or email messages. That's just a follow-up series inside of my autoresponder. Okay. Now what we're going to do is click on here, a regular email. Okay. Now what we're going to do is next, create new. Okay. And now what we're going to do is we're going to name it. Okay. Now what I have here, I got a subject. I'm going to create that. Use that for the demonstration purposes. Okay, and you can choose your list that you want to send the email broadcast to. So I'm just gonna click some for the sake of it. Oh, and click. Okay. Segment, we're not going to be doing all that. And also right here where it says type, and we're sending a regular email. In other words, we're sending a email broadcast for the one time directly to this specific list. Now, if we're doing an email sequence, we will click autoresponder. Okay, so and that's how we would do that. Okay, now scroll down. We're gonna hit save and exit. And also, if you want to add another email list, you hit that as well. But we're not gonna do that. Just save and next. Okay, and what I'm gonna do is I'm going to name it the subject, the same thing as before. Copy and paste that in there. And also have my contact information for them as well. And we also can add an emoji. Start your own digital franchise. Maybe we want to add some money back, what have you. That's pretty cool that they allow us to do that. Okay, save and next. And to the part where we're going to get to Pacific. Okay. Now, I want to go to change template. Change, select template right here. Hit that. And we're going to go to the one that we created in the previous video if you guys watched that. Now I have my now I have my signature, okay, and my name, and as well wait for them to get access to my social media accounts like my Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram. And you know, this is good for branding yourself, you know, as well as keeping your list be able to be in contact with you for your on the other platforms. Also, this is a custom email that I have. And what I'm going to do is copy and paste that. Now, as you can see that I have right here where I will leave my name and my contact information as far as my social media, like Facebook, for example. But by me creating this template customized for my email list, so that I don't have to keep redoing it over and over every single time that I see an email broadcast. This allows me to cut the time so I don't have to keep doing it. Okay, very, very simple. All right, so what I'm going to do is also show you guys how to test the email out as well. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy this, I'm going to paste it here, boom. Now we have that here. Now we also can straighten that out. Okay. And what I traditionally like to do is when I write emails, I like my messages spaced out a certain length because, and I kind of make them short because I don't want them long and lengthy run-on sentences. I like them spaced a certain way, and I also want them to be able to be easier to be read. And also, I do that on a notepad on my desktop. Okay. Now, if you're on Mac or something like that, it's probably some way you can do that too as well. But I like it a certain space, but I don't like my sentences real long. Okay, and that way it make it easier for people to look at it on your mobile devices. Okay, and I'm also going to be showing you to make sure that your emails are not janky and are scattered all over the place as well when people look at it through their mobile devices. Okay, you can also grab your phone as well and check the email not only on your laptop or your desktop, but also look at the email on your mobile device. Okay, so this is what we're going to do. All right, so one thing that why I like where it says change the HTML editor. Okay, and I'm gonna make sure I say my work at first, because for example, if I wanted this to be one paragraph, right, there's a lot of spacing right there. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna save this, and if I didn't want this like this, I'm gonna save this first. Okay, and I'm gonna go. What I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna change the HTML editor. Okay, so as you can see, this is right here. So say for example, right, like I said, I don't want this space. I want this to be closer together. I'm gonna hit delete, and you see what that got me. Okay, all right. So if I wanted to cut the sentence off right here, and I'm gonna do this on purpose, I'm gonna hit the space bar. That's what I was doing before, right? And then I want to space this again. Hit the space. And I want to cut off right here, because my goal is to make my email messages mobile friendly. That's why I'm doing this. Okay, that's why I'm going to further step. And also right here, you know, I'm gonna highlight this. And the awesome thing is, you can put your link here, specific website. So I'm gonna copy that real quick. Hit OK. Boom. All right. So what I'm gonna do is save this. All right. Now what I'm gonna do is go back. I'm gonna hit template up here, and I'm gonna go back. Now you see how janky and how scattered it is. So this is how it will look in your email, and more than likely it's going to look scattered and on your mobile device. So that's why I like to test not only the email, send a test email to my specific email on what we're going to do right now. Click that, hit the test. I'm going to choose this specific one, send a test, boom. Now also what you want to do, ladies and gentlemen, check on your phone as well. So when you get the email in, you can see how it looks on your mobile device. Okay. So let me go here. Boom. Give it a minute. Okay. I clicked on the email. Okay, right here, start your own digital franchise with the little emoji, the little money bag. And as you can see, it looks janky. And that's what we don't want. Okay, so that's why I'm gonna go back to here, change the HTML editor right here, and by me doing it right here, say like if I wanted to, delete the space right here, and I hit the enter, and we set all of that space right there, and we don't want that. And that's why we're going to the HTML editor, and I'm not going to save it because why? We're going to go right here and correct it. So with that being said, if I hit the delete, and we see that's why that gap is there because of that. Okay. Now what we need to do is hit the enter. Okay. And we can go back and see how we had the inside, which is the inside. We don't want all that space in there either. Okay. So we'll go back here, delete it back like that. Hit enter. Boom. We good to go. Hit save. Go back to template. And I like the little space on my. I don't like all that extra gap and space and on my my email broadcast. Okay. So we're gonna test this out. Do it one more time, and it's real simple once you get the hang of it. Because the goal is we want our email to look nice and proper, a little bit easier on the eye, and also we want it to be mobile friendly because we don't want our email messages to look janky. Because a lot of people are also going to not be on their computers, but they're also going to be on their mobile device when they're checking these particular emails. Okay, now we're going to go back to this email that I sent it to. We'll click it there. We got that 0 minutes ago. Now look much better, and hopefully it should look good on your particular mobile device. So that's it, ladies and gentlemen. That's how you do it. That's how you use a custom template that you already used, okay, with our signature and our social media information, so they can, follow us, keep up with us that particular way. I showed you how to write an email message, and as well as format it the right way with the HTML editor as well, to be able to be mobile friendly and be manageable into going into people's email device, people's email, so that it'll look right. Okay, ladies and gentlemen. So that's it. Peace out. Deuce.